Alright, welcome back once again to the ill behavior. I've done that intro already. Welcome back to the World Cup predictions. We are here once again. Match number 12 of 104. I'm running out of intros to do. I didn't really have a lot of intros to begin with. We have still got 92 matches after this. So I'm going to have to think of some stuff to kind of mix it up a bit, really. But welcome back. I think we are closing out Group F, are we not? Or Group E, are we not? One of them, are we not? I did have it on my phone and then I deleted it. It is Group F. We had Netherlands versus Japan already. We're going to have Sweden versus Tunisia in this one. And this has been recorded on the 10th of June. It will be uploaded 13th of June, 3 a.m. because it's taking place the 15th of June at 3 a.m. And we like to do it, or I'm trying to do it, 2 days before the actual match takes place. So let's get into it. Before we do, as always, it is going to be a settings check. If you don't like it, skip about 2 minutes, 3 minutes through. There's always going to be a settings check just to make sure I've got everything on and the settings are correct and the stadium is correct. So 10 minutes, halves, legendary difficulty, competitive mode on, play-based difficulty on. Want the star players to be star players, don't want to nerf them just because they're better than everybody else. Cut the Super Cup ball from a Serie A is the one we've chosen. It's the one that, I know it's the Serie A Super Cup ball, but I'm keeping it because it's cool. We're going to keep that up until the knockout rounds if I remember to change it, and then we will continue on with something else. We've got to start repeating stadiums. I think we've gone through nearly all of them. I'm gonna go for the which stadium do we go for? We're gonna go for. We went for the big one last time, the World Cup final one. I'm trying to think. We'll go for the Sports Illustrated one. It's a safe bet, I believe, right? We're gonna go for it anyway. I didn't actually remember to check the rest of the settings, so we'll go back in quickly. Professional job. Because this game's taking place at 3 a.m, it's going to be late at night, so we're going to try and get as late at night as possible. Clear weather and pitch colour, bright green. We're looking for the best pitch colour we can. And those are the settings then, I think. I think we've got everything ironed out. Taking a look then at the teams. This is your Sweden side on the left and your Tunisia side on the right. Now, there's a couple of things to note, especially on the Sweden side of things. They've opted to go for Gyökeres, which means Isak has been benched. Interesting call. I would be putting both of them up front just for more firepower, but again, Gyökeres has had the better season, got to the Champions League final, won the Premier League. I know he's been called a flop, and he's been made a meme for this season, but he's actually had quite a good season. I think he scored around 20 goals in all competitions, so it's not a bad return at all. So he gets a start. Alanga, he has struggled at Newcastle. Surprised he's starting. But Svensson and Ayari are ones I'm not surprised that are starting. They look very, very good. Lindelof, the captain, at the back alongside Hein and Lagerbielke. Very good back three. Goodmanson has been incredible for Leeds as well. It really is all about those strikers. They're going to have to actually be strikers if Sweden are going to get out of this group. For the opponents, Damen, Abdi, Talbi, Braun, Valerie. I'll try to see if I can recognise anyone. I think Valerie is one that I can recognise. Talbi is not. It's not that Talbi from Sunderland, so I don't know. Kadira. I immediately thought Sami Kadira. Obviously, it's not him. Hannibal Mabry. He's on the left. We know him. Former United boy now at Burnley. And yeah, it just doesn't look as strong as Sweden on the face of it. But Sweden are ones that could mess up. There could be like banana skins. They struggled in their qualifying. So I'm not saying that this is a foregone conclusion of a match, to be honest with you. I am saying, though, that it could be tough for both teams. So those are your squads. Without any further ado, we'll get into it. For closing out then Group F, we had Netherlands and Japan. You saw how that ended. If you didn't see how that ended, go back and watch it. Who is going to be victorious out of these two? We shall see. Right now.
The stage is set for an exciting clash today. A match with so much to play for. The tension is mounting and the atmosphere is electric. Who will come out on top? Stay tuned for it all right here on EA TV. Well, welcome along to an evening that was made for football.
Here we go then.
I'm your commentator, Guy
I'm intrigued in this one because this could be a battle for third place possibly. I wonder if Japan and Netherlands have the top 2 spots sorted. But maybe not. Maybe not.
Yes, thanks as always. We've got two.
Maybe there could be a shock on in this group. Maybe there could be a shock on in this match. I'm not ruling it out at all. Not even remotely, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even going to be ruled out in the slightest, because it could very much happen for one of these teams to sneak through, especially if either Netherlands or Japan are off their game. Right then, I think this is going to be the last one I'm going to be recording today, June 10th. I may, if I feel like it, record some later, but I don't know. Graham Potter's Sweden side anyway here, coming out first. Gyökeres leading the line, Isak hitting the bench. Very good bench as well, to be honest. Some game changers on there. Bergvall could change a game. Isak, obviously, if he's on his game, he could be very, very good. They haven't started with him, which is not the worst of choices, to be honest, because Gyökeres, like I said, Champions League finalist this year, Premier League winner, had a full season rather than only playing for half of it. Tunisia, not sure what they're going to do, but Sabri Lamouchi has picked this side.
Off we go, the match is underway.
It is Tunisia kicking this one off right to left.
Dylan Bron. Elias Skiri.
And I'm going to have to lock in here. I'm just responding to a work text quickly. We'll get into it. What now? Get locked in. So yeah, I'm going to say my prediction for this one, and it's going to be slightly boring. Because I don't see either team living up. Well, Tunisia, I'm not sure what entirely we're expecting. I don't see Sweden living up to the quality they've got, to be honest with you. But I do think that they will get over the line just about in this one. I'm not going very, very daring for this one. I'm saying a 1-0 win for Swedish. I think it's going to be either a Gyökeres or an Isak penalty. Whoever's on the pitch at the appropriate time to take the penalty. I think they're going to get the penalty, they're going to score it, and that's how it's going to end. So, that's my prediction. Leave yours in the description. Well, mine will be in the description. Don't put yours in there. Oh, you got my login details. Leave yours in the comments. If you wanna. If you don't wanna, you don't have to. Anything World Cup related, you want to put it in the comments, be my guest. It doesn't even have to be about the match you're seeing on screen. I just think that it should be. And I'm going to say 1-0 for this. And I do think it's going to be a lucky penalty. So if I'm incorrect, fair enough. But I just don't see Tunisia with a lot of quality. And honestly, Sweden have been underwhelming despite having their quality. So it's a hard one to predict. I was even considering a 0-0 here, to be honest with you. But I just don't think that... I think Sweden will win. Just not convincingly.
Victor Lindelof. Jesper Karlström.
And I might be proven wrong by the simulation and by real life events, but I just don't see it. Again, I may record a couple more today. You won't know either way because they'll be uploaded at the scheduled times. But I feel like 3 to 4 games per day is optimum. And I've done, this is my third one I'm recording today, so I feel like I've put in a shift. I will have done it by the time this comes out, but I need to put some work in on the spreadsheet and kind of set it up a bit better, a bit more readable, a bit more separate, just so it's easier to kind of access if anyone wants to look at it. Of course, if you're not interested, you don't have to click on the link in the description, but it will be there, or it will be square. So if you want to, you know, compare the simulation ones to the real ones, as Svensson rattles the crossbar, gets a second attempt. Now, there's question marks around that second attempt, because it wasn't it a Tunisian player that put the ball back into contention there, or am I tripping? It is 1-0, and I believe, ooh, it might have been Gyökeres. Either way, Svensson's put the Swedish into the lead. It might have been Gyökeres that knocked that down. I couldn't really tell. We'll see at the half-time interval when the stats are shown. But what we do know is that it's 1-0 Sweden, and not in the way I expected. Svensson hitting the crossbar. It falls back to the edge of the area. I thought it was the Tunisian player that had got the header. It may well have been Gyökeres who knocked it down for Svensson's second bite of the cherry, and he puts it away. Should maybe get a hand to it, should the keeper, but it was swerving and curling a little bit, maybe just out of possible reach there potentially. What I do know though is that Tunisia already on the back foot, only 17 minutes in. And again, if Sweden can perform, they are going to be dangerous. It's just if they can perform. Like we said, qualification was not easy for them. Struggled in their group, but thanks to the Nations League, they get in. I'm not convinced, but I do think they'll do enough, because obviously a single win and an alright goal difference will see you through to the round of 32, and I do think they will do enough for that, but they need to close down Tunisia here, because Slimani has it. Mastori could have been through there. A bit more pace, he would have been. It would have been 1-1. And that's what they need to watch out for. But no, my point is, if they are going to go through, I do think Sweden will probably go through third. I think they'll be one of the 8 third place teams that will make it to the round of 32. I don't know who they'll draw, don't know how the draw works, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to have to do some research into it. But I do know that I think that they will get through to round of 32. Even if it's a bit dramatic, I think they'll have enough. Because again, in this format, 3 points is probably enough. I've learned that 3 points and a positive goal difference will do the trick. If you can get if you can get 4, then you're fucking golden. And if you can get 5 or 6 or 7 or 9, you are in the fucking money. You can't get 8 mathematically, so that's why I left that number out. But if you get 9 points, or like 5 to 9 points, you are absolutely hunky dory.
Just saw what was coming, didn't he?
Of course, I'm recording this on June 10th, so for me, at recording time, the World Cup starts tomorrow. By the time this is uploaded on June 13th, we'll have had quite a few matches been and gone, and you'll start to see the groups take shape. The host nations will have all played by this point.
Need to be better with the ball. Goodmanson. Well-timed tackle and over the line. Gabriel Goodmanson.
It's quite warm. I've got the blinds open and the window open. The sun's shining straight onto the TV. I'm glad I'm not playing this, because I'm kind of looking at it through my stream rather than the TV, because the sunlight is beaming down on it. But I'm not playing it. I'm only simulating it. It's not a big deal. Hannibal down the left now. That is very poor defending from Sweden, and they've only got himself to blame here if Mastori does level, but it's a very good save. In fact, actually, it's not the best save. It's just a shite finish, if we're being transparent about it. That should be 1-1 10 times over, but Sweden getting caught out there. Great ball from Hannibal, and Matsuri should be finishing that off. And it's chances like that you can't afford to waste, especially if you are in the underdog nations like Tunisia are.
Karlström. Gyökeres.
Because it could now go the other way. Svensson, Karlström, back to Svensson. Looking for options on the edge of the Tunisian box. Flows down and away. And they might get away again. Again, this defensive line from Sweden, very, very questionable.
Nice possession, but that alone won't bring them level. The game brought to a halt. A free kick given for that. And she reaches for the yellow.
Yeah, had no choice there.
What's occurred here then? Hine. Oh my god, he's fucking crop dusted that man. I was looking away for a second. Is that a penalty or a free kick? It's a free kick. Probably should be a booking. I think it was a booking. I look away for a brief second and I see a guy on the floor. It's a Tunisian free kick anyway. In quite a nice position. You saw what happened last time a team had a free kick. They laid it off to Tiani Reinders and you got goal of the tournament. Hannibal Mabry's going to strike this.
Hit that well. Oh, brilliant. Everything about that was just right.
That is unreal.
Well, as you can see, what a strike from distance this
My
is. It's
jaw
a stunning
quite
goal, but
literally
really the
dropped.
keeper shouldn't be beaten from there.
I am speechless. That is an absolutely incredible free kick from that kind of range. Has that kind of swerve, that kind of dip, that kind of power. Hannibal Mabry, by the way. Relegated with Burnley. Couldn't really stick it at Man United. Has just maybe stolen the goal of the tournament contention award already. Tiani Reinders only got it about 3 games ago. With an absolute fucking parlour. Maybe even 2. Was it 2 games ago? It might have been 2 games ago. Hannibal Mabry's decided, yeah, hold my beer, mate. Just absolutely fucking whacks it. There's nothing you can do about that. That's one of the most unstoppable free kicks I've seen on this game. It's absolutely irrational. It's absolutely insane. And to get it from a Burnley player that got relegated with his team is mad. But Gyökeres could immediately put Sweden back ahead. He goes for the squaring option, which was the unselfish and smart option, but it's cleared away. And if you're Sweden, you can only applaud. You can only look back and say, well, fair fucks, mate. And you can only blame Hine for making the foul in the first place. There's no way, from month for Sundays, I thought it was going in from there. I thought he was going to strike it, and it would go either way off target or hit the wall. Mate, we are seeing some parlours in these simulations. It might be that we have to do a goal of season competition at the end of this fucking shit, man. I can't believe it. We've got Reinders, and then we've got fucking that from Mabry. There might be other ones I'm forgetting. I think there was a free kick that was scored in a one before the Netherlands one. I can't remember exactly. What I do know is that it's mental, absolutely unreal. One all now here in this one, and that could cost Sweden some valuable points.
Good possession with a gear change coming.
You do feel they get a chance soon, the way they're playing.
Oh, that's really well cut out. Khedira.
Oh, man. I'm breathless. I'm speechless.
Siri.
The goals keep on coming, and they don't stop coming.
Valerie.
So my prediction for this is wrong, because I said 1-0 Sweden. And they did go 1-0 up, not through the way I was expecting. But they did go 1-0 up, and then Tunisia decided just to go for broke. And at half time, the scores are level. We've got another goal at the end of the game that we'll be looking back at if I remember. Gyökeres struggling up top. Maybe worth switching out for Isak, seeing if there's anything that the Liverpool striker can do. But Gyökeres may or may not have assisted the opening goal. I don't know who got the header. All we know is Svensson got it. And then an equaliser of incredible quality from Hannibal Mabry. Taking a look at the stats and at the break, it's 58-42 in favour of Sweden. They have had a lot more of the ball. Tunisia playing it a lot more around now. Maybe they're just happy to get a point out of this. But with the confidence behind that free kick, they could go on to win this. However, Sweden have had more of the ball. 2 shots each. 0.8 expected goals to 0.4 expected goals. I believe that free kick was like a 0.1 xg. So the other shot would have given them more xg. I don't remember what the shot was. But what I do know is that this is dead even. This is dead even. And it's going to take a moment of magic. I know we've already had one, but it's going to take another moment of magic for either of these sides to get the win. Take a look at performances at the break then as well. The Tunisian team first. Hannibal Mabry tops the list. Maybe hadn't had the best performance up until that point. He was doing alright off the left, but then magic happened, and he is up to a 7.6. Shaqiri, not really seen much of him. That means he hasn't done much wrong, to be honest. 7.4, and then Slimani attempting to create 7.1. The goalkeeper, Eamon Darman, only had 1 shot on his goal and he let it in. I believe that was the Svensson goal, wasn't it? Yeah. Should be doing better with it, to be honest with you. For Sweden, then, it is Svensson who has the man of the match for the Swedes. It is a goal and a 7.4 for the left midfielder who put them ahead before they were pegged back by a beautiful free kick. Ayari doing alright, nothing special so far, but not bad. Hein getting the yellow card and giving away the free kick despite still being the highest rated defender out of the back 3 centre backs. Lindelof and Larry Bielke doing average. Goodmanson not really showing what he showed at Leeds yet, but maybe will do in the second half. Gyökeres particularly underwhelming. Didn't get the assist credit, so I don't know if it was the Tunisian player won it or if Gyökeres' header wasn't a pass, so it didn't register it. Alanga, stinky, just like he has been all season. No offence to the guy because he wasn't Man United, and I did quite like him at Man United, but he has not balled out here today. And then Christopher Nordfeld. I am not gonna really have too much to say about this man having a 5.3 because it's a hard one because he saved one effort that Tunisia had, and then you can't stop the unstoppable. 2 shots on his goal, 1 saves, 1 conceded, but the 1 conceded was a goal of the tournament contender. So 5.3 I think is a bit rude, if I'm being honest with you. But as we head into the second half, no changes to be made, which I'm surprised about because I thought Gyökeres would make way for Isak potentially to see if there's any changes in the Sweden attack. But no changes to be made. We go into the second half and we'll see if we can find a winner in this one.
All square at the restart then. Who can take control from here?
Bloody hell, mate. Lucky. I'm still speechless from the free kick.
Victor Lindelof.
Obviously, you know which way
Karlström.
we'll be going now. The opposite direction. Sweden, right to left.
Lindelof.
Tunisia, left to right.
Gabriel Goodmanson. Lindelof.
I am very intrigued to see which way this goes in the second half, if it goes either of the ways. I think a draw wouldn't be the worst result either, especially if you are Tunisia. If you're Sweden, you're slightly upset, but you can't really cry about it. You've been on the end of some brilliance. Slimani, Shaqiri now, back to Slimani. Is there a chance that Tunisia could take the lead? With Garby, closed down by Goodmanson and away by Lindelof. Again, I am not convinced by the Sweden attack at all so far in this one. Gyökeres, largely shit. Alanga, largely shit. Svensson's been alright. He got the goal at least. But this is what I mean. Sweden have been struggling quite a lot and they could underwhelm here again. I think they will still get through the group third, but they could underwhelm again here. I don't know who they beat though, that's the thing. Because, well, I'm thinking they beat Tunisia. Obviously, I put 1-0 at the start, but in simulation land, if they don't beat Tunisia, they probably don't beat anyone. I think they draw with Japan and then lose to Germany, but in real life, I'm thinking they beat Tunisia, draw to Japan, and then lose to not Germany, fucking Netherlands.
Yeah, it's difficult to cover that swift
So I think in real life they'll get 4 points and go through third place. I don't know what's going to happen in simulation land. So if they draw this, they're probably out. Obviously, I'll put a list of the teams that would have gone through in a simulation, but I addressed it in the last predictions. I'll address it again. We're going to be copying the round of 32s from real life, so whatever simulation prediction group results come up, they will not be used. It's just an interesting kind of way to compare the real ones to the simulation ones. But we will obviously be highlighting the teams that would have gone through. And if I was just going to do the round of 32 my own way, where I put the countries in rather than the real ones, then those are the teams that would have gone through. And maybe I'll... no, I won't. I was thinking of maybe doing the kind of side save series thing, where this is what could have happened in the simulations. Maybe I will do that if I can find the time, but obviously we're going to just go off the round 32s in real life. I don't want to over-confuse things, I don't want to complicate things. Just keep it simple, go with the real games, I think. Or maybe I'll do quick sims of the games that could have happened. That might be fun. Try and line it up so that the 32s play each other from the simulation, and then obviously 32s in real life will happen. I don't know. I mean, basically, my point is, we're not going to be copying it from this simulation, we're going to copy it from the real life games. Nothing yet for either team in the second half. It's been a bit of a dead sauce one, to be honest. Elanga really needs something here. He's trying something off the right. He will win a corner for his side. I believe substitutions were in the offing. And it is Bergwall to come on for Karlstrom. And Slimani coming off for the number 8. I'm not sure entirely who that is. We'll know the name momentarily. It's Saad. Saad coming on for Slimani. Ball in from Svensson. Is not very good. Ayari picks up on the edge of the area though. Fires it in towards, I believe, Gyökeres. Throw him. For Sweden. Lindelof, not the best for us, but Gyökeres does pick it up before it's immediately losing it. He has had a stinky day. I thought Isak might come on by now to see if he could change the game. Maybe they won't sub Isak on at all. I don't know. There's not a lot of stoppages in play, so if you were going to bring on Isak, it would have been then.
Now with Hannibal. Skiri. Khedira. Jan Valery. Elias Skiri. Rani Khedira.
A bit boring second half, which is why I'm not commentating much on it, because there's not much to commentate on.
Khedira.
It'll be shocking if Tunisia do end up getting the win here. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Elanga.
In fact, it wouldn't actually be too shocking because Sweden have been not very good.
Elias Skiri.
Well, Tunisia haven't been that great either, to be honest, but it would just be funny.
What can they do with this?
Khedira, Hannibal, Skiri, now Saad. Khedira gets the pass intercepted, and it'll be a breakaway now for Sweden. You would think Bergwall could find something here for his nation. You would assume that Isak should be on by now. Maybe I'm just understating. Maybe Isak doesn't want to come on. I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ! That was a foul, but apparently not, I guess. He managed to jump over the challenge rather than get clattered by it, to be fair.
Hannibal.
So I think that's why he's got away with it. Hannibal. Try to find a way through. Scary. Back into Saad. Tries to turn. Lagerbielke gets it away. Yeah, this Sweden will not be getting through. And I don't think...
That will keep the attack moving nicely.
I mean, basically, I think this will be the group where one of the third places don't go through if this Sweden turns up. Like, they might still finish third in the group, but they won't have enough to qualify. Then again, Bergvall spots Ayari. Back to Bergvall. Dances through, tries to find Ayari, who will be onside, and it will be 2-1. It's not the exact way that I think the goal was dreamed up, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that was the play. But Ayari does keep himself onside to get a deflection and find the finish. And Bergvall has made a difference because that was a lot of him. He won't get any credits or assist credits or anything, but the ball's played through, intercepted, not followed up on, and Ayari, but he's not going to say, well, no, I don't want that. He's going to go in, take it, and score it. So, fair play. Can't really argue with that. Sweden take a 2-1 lead in what has been a bit of a scrappy game. This one, Gyökeres still on the pitch. I don't think they're going to be bringing Alexander Isak on for this one, which might make sense to rest him for some of the other games. And now that Sweden have a lead, all they need to do is hold on to it. I was considering a 2-1 for my result prediction, but I just don't think Tunisia will score. So that's why I went 1-0 instead.
Now with Hannibal. Khedira. Just 10 minutes to go now. Not long left, and here they come. And that's where it ends.
So I thought I heard something outside my door. I think it was my cat. I'm not 100%. Maybe should be it was my cat. Sweden going again.
Ilanga.
If this ends 3-1, Sweden have bailed themselves out of shit, to be honest with you. And they will go top of the group stage, with Netherlands only beating Japan by 2-1, and that was only a last-minute fucking winner.
This is Lindelof.
Well, obviously it was the Tony Reinders' incredible goal. Both the goals of the tournament have come from this group, I've just noticed, I just clocked. Because you got the Reinders one, and you got the Hannibal one. Fair fucks, you know? I mean,
Victor Gyökeres.
the Hannibal one might not win the game for Tunisia, but the Reinders one was only an equaliser as it stood at that point. They did get the winner late on, very luckily, I might add. These have been a lot of fun to do, and I know there's 104 of them, so I might get burnt out. I probably will get burnt out and bored of it at certain points. But so far, I'm still having a lot of fun with these, and we're only 12 matches in, I know. There's still 92 to complete. But I'm really enjoying just not having to actually play, just watching and waiting and seeing what the results turn out to be.
Dylan Braun.
Coming to a close here. Tunisia, I don't think will find one more attacker. If they do, maybe they will. Maybe I'm just going to be proved wrong here. They need one more attack if they're going to get a point out of this. Going backwards is not an option. I mean, it might be the option if they can't move the ball forwards, but they can't mess around. They have to shoot at least once if they're going to try and find an equaliser and ruin Sweden's hopes of getting a victory on opening day for themselves. I don't know what the result of added time is going to be, probably around 2 minutes. 1 minute, they need to go now then. They can't take this backwards, but they can't seem to play it forwards, and Ilanga will cut it out, and that will probably be all she wrote unless there's one more run for Sweden, but they don't need to. And in fact, they won't. It is a 2-1 victory. Very questionable performance by Sweden, but they got the result, and that's what really matters. Might be enough to see them through. It's not convincing from Graham Potter and his side. They won't care though. They got what matters, and that was a victory. Yasin Ayari getting the winning goal. Svensson opening the scoring before Mabry's magical free kick made it level. However, 12 minutes from time, it is finished off by Ayari, who stayed smartly onside to get the deflection from the interception of Bergvall's pass, and he puts it over the line for Sweden. Can't really argue with it. A bit more quality in the end. Not by much. It was fucking dire for most of it, I'll be honest with you. But at the end of the day, Sweden have just got that little bit more experience, and it shows on the pitch. Taking a look at the stats then as we end proceedings here for probably today's recording session. I'll maybe do a couple later if I'm feeling it. 54-46 in terms of possession in favour of Sweden. 4 shots to 2 in favour as well of the winners here, and 1.4 expected goals to 0.4. They did deserve it based on stats. Based on performance, could have been a bit better. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't entirely convincing, but I think at some point you got to put the performances to the side and say, yeah, well, we won, mate. So maybe that's what they're thinking. Man of the match, or match performances then. Yasin Ayari gets it for Sweden, but we'll look through Tunisia first. Hannibal was desperate to find an equaliser for his side and kept on working. Got moved to centre mid as they went for a defensive shape despite being a goal down. Alright. Hannibal anyway with that magical moment that we will look back at in a momentary second. And Shkiri, very good as well, 7.6. Kadira, didn't really see a lot of him, but apparently he did well. And then Slimani was good before he got subbed off. Everyone else, underwhelming to be honest. Nothing crazy. Mastori had opportunities, or an opportunity to score for Tunisia. Didn't do it successfully. And then of course the goalkeeper. 2 shots on the goal. Both went in. You can't really rate him too highly, to be honest with you. Not to mention, I believe they hit the crossbar as well, it looks like on that replay. I don't know if they actually hit the crossbar though, so I could be wrong. I think they did. It was a long game, alright. For the other side of proceedings for Sweden, man of the match goes to Yasin Ayari getting the winning goal. Actually not a bad midfield performance all around as well. A goal and a 7.8 for the Swede, obviously. Daniel Svensson, he got the other goal. 7.5 for him. But outside of that, it was not incredible. Lagerbielke, the best centre-back in the end. Heinz' performances went down. Lindelof, he's just getting on a bit, to be honest. Bergvall did make a bit of a difference, I will admit. Was kind of important to the winning goal. Didn't really get enough time to put a stamp on the game. But he already did better than Alanga and Gyökeres in only about 10 minutes. Alanga, just poor again. We'll need to have a look at other options for Sweden potentially. And then Victor Gyökeres. Didn't have a shot. Didn't do anything really. Had 11 passes all game. Wasn't really utilised. And didn't really get to do anything. And then Nordfeldt, 5.8. They've rated him a little bit higher, which is fair enough. It's still under 6, but when one of your saves is quite a simple one, and then the other one that goes in is... You can see how that fucking goal has gone in, by the way. That's about as top right as you will see on a map like that. Unstoppable. We can't really have a go at him for not saving that. But that is the end of this one. We will close this out by watching that free kick again. I know it wasn't the result that Tunisia wanted in the end, but my God, look at this. Absolute majesty as it nestles into the top right. Hannibal Mabry. He personally deserved a result. I don't know if the whole Tunisia team did, but he personally should have got something. It is unreal. Unreal techers. Brilliant free kick. I could watch it all day. I might just watch it all day. It is immense. He's hit that perfectly. Curved it over perfectly. And that is one of the most top right free kicks you will see in your life. But ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up another of these predictions. Like I said, we're 12 down now. Still a long way to go. But we're here for it. I'm here for it. You're here for it. Just to finalise as well, I'm saying 1-0 Sweden. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Take care and enjoy the World Cup, for the love of God.